Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're having a good morning. I'm sitting here. Uh, Luna and I having a good morning, aren't we, Luna? Yes, we are. Pick up a couple of little rocks here, push them off to the side. Now, I want to toast you guys. I want to get my morning started with some coffee. We're going to talk a little bit about systems and empathy here for a little bit. Hope you find that you have something to get your morning started. Well, that's a good cup of coffee. Ah, the there's a lot going on about uh, how fragile China is right now. Some of their stuff, and there's I want to talk a little bit about money and capitalism. So one of the things that we go back and forth a little bit about is is capitalism bad or is it good? And like most things in life, I don't think there's a real answer one way or the other. I always like to do a little thought experiment. One of the things I used to do was uh, think about what would we do if we were in a confined system that did not allow money to be worth anything. Um, let's example. Let's say we had a space vessel, uh, asteroid. We have an asteroid, and we put a bunch of people on it, and we use the sun and we slingshot it toward another planet or a group of stars. This is our first attempt at getting people to another uh, solar system. And as these guys are going toward that planet, they're going to be in a basically an arc that is taking them there, and we have it running the whole time. But money wouldn't mean anything because we would feed them, we would give them shelter, but we needed them to work, not just work half-heartedly, we needed them to work quite a bit. So you'd have a sense of community, you'd have a sense of fellowship, but you want to give something for people that work a little harder or do jobs that are crappier. There's a lot of crappy jobs in this world. And how do you reward them? So I thought maybe you could give them entertainment type rewards, credits that are only good for entertainment, uh, for different luxuries, for the massages or uh, gambling or something else that they people find entertaining. Games, uh, you would have to use the credits to play games on the ship. So that's a little bit about uh, So if we think about that environment, everything's taken care of. And I always think of capitalism the same way. We should always strive in capitalism to ensure everyone has a place to stay, food to eat, health care to take care of. But we also want some additional rewards. We want rewards that push people to do a little bit more because you always have those jobs that are hard, or you want people to take risks and you want them rewarded for the risks that they take. So that's the idea behind capitalism. But it's not working that way, right? Read all the times in the paper about people that are homeless, people that are having trouble finding doctors. So why is the US, who is a big capitalist country, why is our system not providing for those things? And it's hard. We see the system as something that would fix a lot of things, and it doesn't seem to fix everything. So one of the things that I tried to steal the ball from her, she's like, no. She uh, she fights me. She loves for me to throw it to her, but she also loves to fight for it. So just like capitalism, seems like every time we try to do something set up, it's it's difficult. There's a lot of news in the financial systems about the problems they're having in China. And from what I've read and from people that actually have lived in China, they said one of the issues that the Chinese have is they don't know how to reward people for their work. In the US, you work hard, you can save your money, and you can invest it in different things. You can invest in stocks or properties or starting your own company. And China, it's a little bit different. They're they don't have a lot of stuff is controlled by the government, so it doesn't really reward you if you're an individual. So you can work hard, get your education, but then once you get out and start working, you're kind of limited. There's only so much you can do. So the reward area is something that um, they're having a lot of difficulty with as well. So you have U.S. capitalists, you have China, which is communist, and of course China's not fully communist, but they're somewhere in between. And there doesn't seem to be a solution in a lot of those areas. Now, if you look at Europe, which is socialist, it seems to be doing pretty well on healthcare, and it seems to be doing pretty well at making people happy. So, is socialism a better form? Now, they're not true socialists. Uh, None of the European countries are. They're mostly capitalist countries with a heavy dose of socialism toward certain areas. And that's what we're wrestling with right now. So I think the answer in a lot of respects is that it's not capitalism that's good or evil, it's how to reward people for their efforts. And capitalism was our best form in the US for a long time because we have a very immature government system. We have a much more, we have a system that really, you don't know who's going to be elected next. You don't know what's going to happen next. It's a little bit volatile. And sometimes that can be good because you get things going back and forth. I know a lot of times when uh, we have swings in our federal government, they will fix the things that was wrong with the previous administration and vice versa. When they get lose their power eventually, the other administration will come in and fix what they were doing wrong. But that flipping back and forth can cause a little bit of instability. Perfect example is global warming. Right now, the Democrats are spending a lot of time, a lot of effort, and helping as much as they can, to the point where they're starving out things that would affect global warming that may cause a lot of difficulty for people and others in the world. So another administration will come in and they'll probably reduce a lot of the stuff that they were doing and go back to getting prices down and getting some of the money back down. But then global warming will increase. So you're going to have people going back and forth. And uh, that's, I'm sorry, getting distracted. My puppy dog has, oh, I need to get the ball now. Okay, where is it? Oh, it's dead center. Ow, my wrist is hurting a little bit this morning. So, so in summation, it's not capitalism, it's not socialism, it's not communism, it's reward. Reward is something that we need to figure it out. And unfortunately, we don't have it figured out yet. We don't have the line drawn to where what should be given versus what should be rewarded. Right now, we spend way too much money on. She left a ball for me, I think, somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at, Luna. Come here. So the three things that I said were the most important: health. Hold on, let me throw this. All right. The three things most important: health care, place to live, and I think the next thing is a good education. All three of those things are out of control in the U.S. We are they are way more expensive than they should be. Why are they not getting fixed if capitalism is so good? So that sounds a little bit like, oh, well, Glenn's saying to do this, that. Those three things, at least we have an educational system that is big. I mean, it's people from all over the world come to get educated here. It's good. Housing, I've seen where people live in Europe and I've seen how they live. I like the way I live. I like the fact that I have a house that's big and I can have plenty of space and stretch out. And I have not seen that in Europe. So, and healthcare, again, I think everybody in the world comes to the US for healthcare. We were one of the first countries to actually get mass production of a lot of the vaccines done for COVID. So those three areas, they are wildly expensive and problematic for especially the marginal people that are in our society. But they're also really good. So how do you keep from damaging how good they are and yet bring it down so that the people on the margins can have those things as well? It's not an easy problem. And we're going to keep toiling with it and trying to figure it out. Hopefully, in decades to come, we will. But until we get some really smart people and figure it all out, it's going to be tough. So, a little bit of meandering. Those three areas, though, I'm going to do empathy for those three areas, and we'll just talk about it a little bit. I hope you guys are having a good day, though. We don't want to get too serious because life is about enjoying things, having fun. I mean, Luna and her ball, boy, she is she enjoys every morning. She wags her tail. All it is she says, I just need a ball thrown to me, Dad. That's all I need. And most days, that's all we need. We need a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of ball, a little bit of help. There you go. I stole it away from her. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later.